Welcome to Tech Savvy. I'm Leigh Newman, and I'm the Associate Provost of the LaGrange campus at West Georgia Tech. We've got the man here today that's going to be is our special guest star. His name is Steve Daniel, but I was going to make sure that we went over some of the important dates that are coming up first, and then we'll get Mr. Daniel to start telling us all about what his plans are for LaGrange and Troup County. I want to make sure you know that the returning students can be registering for fall semester now. June 25th is the financial aid deadline, so if you don't get all your paperwork in for financial aid, you might end up having to pay something to start off to get in your classes. So rush to the school so we can get that taken care of. The 18th is the midpoint of summer semester. July the 4th is holiday. 7th is open registration, so if you're a new student and you want to be registering for fall semester, then you need to be getting yourself lined up to be out there to take care of that. And of course, fall semester starts on the 18th of August. So make sure you make a note of these dates. If you have any questions about it, make sure you check us on the email on our website at www.westgatech.edu, and we'll be able to help you any way we can. So looking forward to seeing you out at campus starting fall semester. Oh, we've got so much fun to talk about today. We have Mr. Steve Daniel here today with us. He's our new president, and he started officially June 1st, and he went through the process in interviewing, and he was screened, and he was vetted, and he made it through lots of challenging situations to end up at the top, and he's our new president. And I want Steve to introduce himself, to tell you, our viewers, where he's been, what he's done, and how he's gotten to this point. And then I've got lots of good questions to ask him that I think will make a big difference in getting to know him and what he has planned for our area. So, Mr. Daniel, welcome. We're so excited about you being here and you being our new president. We can't tell you how excited we are about it. So,
thank you, Leigh. I appreciate the opportunity to be here this morning. We have really been through a fire drill, I think. At least I feel like I'm still drinking from a fire hose. But I certainly am very pleased to be at the college and be in this role. This is one of those opportunities that I have wanted for a long time. And I have been, prior to this, provost, as you know, at Southern Crescent Tech, which is the service area that's just to the east of where we are now. So I'm familiar with this region, having worked in the Kia project, and we'll talk about that a little later, for 5 years prior to the Southern Crescent assignment. So I'm really excited to be here. My hometown is Thomaston, Georgia, Upson County, so I'm still commuting from that distance now, which is not too bad. LaGrange, but in the northern end of our service area is quite a ways. So we'll be looking at opportunities for a home somewhere in the service area soon. I'm married, 19 years, my wife Deborah, and we have 2 grown sons that are thankfully out on their own, finally off the payroll, and actually have 1 grandson, Hudson, who is 1 year old.
Oh,
and
fun.
so I'm learning how to be a grandfather as well. So, but I'm very, very happy to be here. This is a wonderful institution, and I'm very excited about the things that are going on in this region and in this community, and especially Troup County. There's a lot of exciting things here.
It's a wonderful place. So. It really is. I'm so proud to be a part of it. We're so progressive. We're certainly, we think things through first before we get into it, and so we're proactive instead of reactive.
I was already a fan. When I was here with the Kia project, I was very much a fan of what's going on in Troup County and how they prepared for all of this revitalization, really, of the industry.
It's a beautiful downtown. One thing, of course, a little history about us, we were both VPs of Economic Development.
That's right.
In our history, and that's how we got to meet each other, and I think we both have a kind of an innate love for economic development.
We can call it a passion.
I like it, right.
Yeah. It is a passion for economic development, and I think that's one of the reasons why this particular college in this particular region is so appealing, because there's a lot of exciting things going on. As I said, you look in the southern end of this service area and you look at what's going on with the automotive industry and the continued expansion there, the diversity of manufacturing that's here, and just overall the growth that's occurring in this side of the state is really exciting. So the technical college has a vital role to play in that economic development, as we know. And so from that standpoint, I think we have an obligation to be there as a strong partner in that with the communities that we serve. So
workforce development is the key to successful economic development. I firmly believe. It
really is. And when I met with the staff, and you were part of that, we really talked about in my first meeting the college reputation that has to be there and the partnerships that have to be in place, and the way we have to leverage those partnerships to really complete our mission. And that's one thing we should never forget, that the technical colleges, which are renowned nationwide and even worldwide in the state of Georgia, we have an obligation to our stakeholders to make sure that we're doing our part. And again, we've got some great things going on with the college. I appreciate what you all do to continue to get this message out, because I think that's real important. So we just encourage people to step forward and partner with us.
Well, of course, I think you and I agree. Our staff and our faculty, their #1 focus is the student. We want that student to benefit and be prepared for the real world.
Right.
And so, we try to do our best to make sure that we're training them, and they won't have any surprises when they get out in the real world. They know the importance of attendance. They know the importance of time management. They know the importance, all the soft skills that industry is looking for today. We teach it in our classrooms, in our projects, and everything that we do. And I think you agree that's what we're there for, is to make sure the students benefit.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And one of the things that I think really makes the technical college, the system, so unique is that we are so much on the pulse of what's going on in the communities that we represent. I mean, our 7-county service area is really one of those that, while each one is diverse and unique, each community, the goal is the same, and that is to have, everyone wants their trained workforce ready. Everyone wants to be there when the prospects come to town, that the technical college has programs in place that can support that new industry or that new business that's come into town. And as I said, we have to step up and have that obligation. I'm a firm believer as the leader of this college that we have to make sure that we keep that pulse on all of those partners, and that they in turn rely on us and also keep us informed about what's going on in their business and in those communities, because that's the way we can really marry up and make sure that we are providing the right programs at the right time. I
mean, we've been there and done that. I think the fun thing that I want to make sure everybody recognizes is that you spent, well, first fun thing that I think we need to make sure everybody knows is you're a graduate of the University of Georgia.
That is true. I did start my higher ed education there.
University of Georgia, and so you are a Bulldog.
I do bleed red and black, yes.
I like it. And you will bark when necessary.
Yes, and I have English Bulldogs, as you know, that will also do that for me.
I mean, that is, your children even bark.
I did mention them, I should have, but yes, we do raise English Bulldogs also.
I just think you're perfect. You're absolutely perfect. But the important part that we need to cover is the fact that you were in industry for a good amount of time, and you saw firsthand, from your perspective as an industry person, what the technical colleges can do to make production better and make you more successful.
Well, I guess it's that background that most of our people that work in the technical college system have some background in their business or profession or industry, not pure academia. And so I'm no different from that. I spent 20 years in the private sector in human resources and training, and worked in the aerospace industry, defense industry, and started out when I first came out of college in the textile industry. So I have an appreciation and a fondness for that too. So having that experience, I had an opportunity in the Macon, Middle Georgia area to work with technical colleges there when I was in the aerospace industry.
Right.
And they really supported us to a large degree in training our workforce and preparing new employees as they came on board. And so that's one of the things that, from our standpoint, I guess I had that appreciation and fondness before I ever thought about ever joining the technical college system, 11 years ago. And so that really gave a perspective for me on how valuable those colleges are to support those industries.
Can you remember a specific training that the technical college provided?
Yeah. We did aircraft structural technology that was the program that was so critical for us. And so we had all the test plates and the riveting test plates and everything that we had to do. And it was actually a pre-employment screening arrangement that we had with the technical college to support us. And then on top of that, then once they were hired, we also had them complete those programs as part of their training. So it was an expectation that once they were hired that they would complete that program with the technical college. And so we had people again that were coming out of the textile industry, had never worked in the aerospace industry before, that were being trained and prepared for that. And it worked out very well.
And the employers knew what they were getting
when
they hired them on. They knew what skills they would have, and then that gave them the foundation to let them learn more technical skills.
Oh, exactly.
For their particular
And we had
industry.
no resource locally. That was our resource for that pipeline of trained workers. And so I think that's true now as we work with our industries and our businesses, that hopefully they see the West Georgia Technical College as that venue and that vehicle to deliver that. Because our product is that's our students. And I tell our graduates and I tell our faculty and staff that we're responsible. The students are responsible to learn and to apply what they've learned and to be those good ambassadors once they get into those industries. And we as a staff and faculty, we're responsible for making sure that we have them properly trained and that we put out a good product.
Well, I think it's just a win-win-win situation for everybody. All right, we've finished with our first session. Let's take a break and come back in a few minutes, and then let's talk some more stuff.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. We'll be back in just a minute. Welcome back to Tech Savvy. I'm Leigh Newman, and I'm the Associate Provost at the LaGrange campus of West Georgia Tech. And I'm so happy to have our special guest star today. his name is Steve Daniel, and he's our new president. And Steve, let's start back on the questions that we were talking about before. You've been to LaGrange. You've been to the, you've been on the campuses. You see all that's going on. What are your thoughts? What do you think? What are your plans? What are your focuses? What have you seen? Just talk to me about it.
Well, the first day, as you know, I made the decision to try to meet with all the staff and faculty, and I went to all of our 5 campus locations the second day. Met with the staff the first day in 2 locations. And
I thought that was physically impossible.
And I made the decision. I made an executive decision that unless there's an emergency of some sort, I probably won't go to all 5 campuses in one day again. We do have a large service area. But having said that, I've been very impressed. We have some wonderful facilities, wonderful campus locations. Certainly our LaGrange location is no different. It's a wonderful location and a wonderful spot in an industrial park, which makes a statement, I think, about who we are. And just from the standpoint of the partnerships, going back to that, I think the key thing that I've noticed here is the excitement that's around things like the College Career Academy, the Think Academy. And just in the first 2 weeks, I've been really thrilled to see the opportunities for partnerships that we will have as a college to hopefully really step in and be a strong partner with that effort. I think that's important for us. I think it's important for the community. I think it's important for the students that'll participate in that.
And the future workforce for the industries.
Right. Going back to our products, our customers are our business and industry that actually hire and employ those skilled and trained workers.
You've had a lot of experience with career academies in your
I did.
time.
I did. I served, in fact, prior to coming here, I was on the board for the Henry County College Career Academy and was involved in the startup and the grant, the steering committee, and all of the pieces that go into play with that, and also supporting Fayette County and also Spalding County in their efforts. So I've been a fan of the College Career Academy. It's a great concept, I think, in the state of Georgia. It gives us a competitive advantage that many states don't have, and it's really that whole seamless education model that's being talked about nationwide, and that is that what a great opportunity for high school students to have a chance to earn college credit while they're in high school, to come out with a credential that's valuable to the workforce and the workplace, and to be able to do that while they're in high school is just a huge advantage.
Well, bottom line, is it working?
Oh, absolutely. If we look at what we're going to, and we'll step into maybe the statewide and national initiatives of Complete College America and Complete College Georgia, our governor has really focused on this Complete College Georgia initiative, and we have a big challenge as higher education. We've been given the task as part of this to produce an additional 250,000 graduates by the year 2020. And that's on top of what we would already produce with our normal rates of graduation. So that's additional graduates. And the reason for that is 60% of the jobs by 2020 are going to require some credential beyond a high school diploma in order to be employable in those fields.
That number's probably going to increase over time.
It will. It'll continue to increase with automation and technology and everything that's coming into play. So one of the things that I think we're all about is how we can make that leap from about where we are now, which I think is in the 40% range or something of population that has some post-secondary credential, to this 60%, and the preparation for that and getting those additional graduates is going to be a focus for us, and it's going to be a focus for West Georgia Tech. And this whole thing of the college career academies and the seamless model and all of that, getting those credentials sooner for these kids coming through high school is going to be a critical part of that. And we're working with our other higher ed partners. I just came back my first week. Was a governor's summit with all of the presidents of all of the state colleges and universities to talk about how we're going to achieve that. And so we have many articulation agreements and many agreements with our university partners and even private institutions of higher education and I'm very proud to say West Georgia Tech is really aggressive in doing that, so that we're reaching out to those partners as well, so that someone can start with us, get those, 27 of our classes now transferred directly into the university system. And so having that message out there that students can begin with us and continue on their education into a 4-year college degree and beyond is a wonderful message for everybody to know and understand. So,
well, the students, all right, let's use your other, like Henry County for an example, or the other ones that you've been working with. The students that are involved in the Career Academy, they come in 11th grade, 12th grade, they get a certificate, maybe a CNA certificate or a welding certificate, something like that.
Right.
And then when they graduate, industry's waiting on them.
Oh, absolutely. And I think business and industry is ahead of education in one respect, and that is they know the skill sets they need. They've been telling education, we've got to listen and we've got to respond. And I think this governor's initiative to be able to get that additional 250,000 graduates is going to go a large way towards filling some of those gaps, because we do have a skills gap. Many people have talked about the skills gap, and you've heard a lot about it, but it's real. And we see it certainly from a technical education standpoint. We see that. We hear those employers that struggle to find some critical skill positions. And so it's our job to partner and to work with them and to, again, on the front end, recruit students into that. And I think that's something that's not just on our responsibility, it's really the community's responsibility and the employer's responsibility to help get that message out and funnel those students into those programs where we need it, because they're great paying jobs, great careers.
See, I see the fact that these employers have these people already working. If they would say, okay, you can get a certificate at West Georgia Tech, and you could have definitely a increase in your pay.
Oh, yeah.
And you'll certainly be more valuable to us as an industry and be more productive. So if we could have industry send their employees, because we have flexible schedules.
Right.
I don't want to ever hear that, we can't do that because our schedule we do the rotating schedule. That's not a problem.
Right. Well, back to our customers. I mean, we should listen to our customers, and as the president of this institution, I'll say we will listen to our customers, and we'll design those programs that make sense for whatever their needs are. If they have students or if they have needs that they want to address from a workforce standpoint, workforce training standpoint, come to us, talk to our people, and talk to us about ways we can support that.
We have the 4 different options. Those employees that don't have a high school diploma, we can help them with that, with our GED and our adult ed. We have short-term training that I call it task training. Let's get somebody from this point to this point so that they can be more productive. Then we have the credit programs that Hope helps to pay for. So, I feel like those are areas and then we have Quick Start that comes in and trains new employees for new industries. We have all areas covered.
There's a lot of tools, a lot of things out there. We've just got to put them all together. And I'm glad you mentioned the adult education population, because I think that is part of this Complete College Georgia initiative, making sure we transition more of those students that are achieving their GED, continuing on into some program or credential beyond that is vitally important for us. And so I think having a way to bring them in and to make sure we make them feel part of the college and that they understand, look, there's great career opportunities for you. Don't stop now. You've achieved your GED. Continue on beyond that. And again, that's something I think the community can help with, of getting that message out. And I use the term value education. And I think many of our communities do that already, but we just need to keep pumping that message out there and making sure our young people and those that maybe haven't found that career field yet that's really where they want to be, that they come to us and we sit down and map that out for them. And we're working on things called guided pathways now to be able to help guide them and put them on a track so that they can complete, and they can, because that's the completion thing. Starting is one thing, completing is another. And our graduation rates are something that we're all focused on. And so that's something we'll continue to work on as well.
And that's part of the Complete College America.
Oh, it is.
Is the graduation rate.
Yeah, it's all about it doesn't mean anything if you have students come in and they don't complete the program or don't earn their credential. So we're really focused on, and that's what we'll see, more emphasis year by year on achieving graduation. And so we're going to work with our students and find ways for them, if there are obstacles or if there are things that are keep holding them back. We're going to drive forward to try to get them to complete as quickly as possible, because that need for those skills are out there, and the skills gap will get wider if we don't start closing it. So it's a nationwide issue we've got to face.
The other episodes, I've been doing this for a little over a year, we have covered all the different barriers that students seem to think are in the way to keep them from, or potential students.
Right.
We've got the financial aid, we've got the student loans, we've got WIA that helps people with transportation and child care.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't found a barrier that we can't help get around at some point, unless it's the initiative to get up and get out there, you know.
Well, and I think that's true, and I think part of that goes back to that, painting that picture for our students and our prospective students, that they know, look, there are great jobs out there for you. And I think there's still a confusion about what type of career fields are out there that are really great career fields. Many of the industrial sector jobs are not yesterday's industrial sector jobs. They are, as I used to say when we were working with the Kia project, in the old days when a machine broke down, you grabbed a wrench and a screwdriver. Well, today you grab a laptop.
It's
and
wonderful.
You diagnose the fault or the issue with that, and so it's a much different dynamic. And so,
oh, it's a big difference. It's a big difference. Well, we've about run out of time. Will you come back to see me?
Sure,
come
I
back
will.
And we'll take up where we left off.
Well,
here.
as you can see, I'm passionate about this. I'll be glad to talk to anyone, anytime about it, because I do believe that there's a big mission out there that we all have to complete. So thanks for the opportunity.
Well, I'm just so glad you're here. We're looking forward to working with you, and I see some really great promise in what we've got to look forward to.
Thanks, Leigh.
Thank you, and thank you for joining us today, and we'll see you next time on Tech Savvy.